I shouldn't even take this out of the stand, should I? It's standing so nicely here. I shouldn't fuck with it. But I am. Look at me. Fucking with it. I'm living on the edge. I'm living on the edge. So many people by the door. But I won't let these drugs overtake me. You having a good time, Cobra Cafe? Yeah. Having some fun. Getting a lot of fluctuation happening here. Man, that's just me. This next comic, I have nothing but adulation for this man. I envy what he's been able to do and the places he's been able to go. I don't envy him, but no, just the places. I like to travel. Is what that is? No, nobody has a passport here, do they? Okay. I have 3, but we won't talk about that. Oh no, this comic. Oh, he let me show up on his stage and do 15 minutes of pure unadulterated. See, I fucked with it. Pure unadulterated fun. I had a lot of fun being on his little show. He was on a cruise, so I wasn't able to book him on any other black. This is his first. He's getting his sea leg. He's losing his sea legs tonight. Is what I mean. He was at other shit earlier, but fuck him. No, but now he's coming up. It's gonna be a beautiful thing. I'm just. You're not ready for it, but I'm gonna make you ready. Let's give it up for the wonderful Jon Bennett, everybody. Let's keep it going, huh?
That's right. I would pay proper money just to hear an hour of Dennis just introducing me for an hour. Just like, guess what? He's a guy, he's been somewhere. He's done some things, he's a great guy. He grew up in a place, who knows? He's around. He's done some things. He's done some stuff. Well, that's what I would pay for. Just an hour of Dennis just introducing me. I would pay good money for that. Hello, everybody. My name is Jon, without an H. It's pronounced slightly faster than John. None of this Jahan stuff. And my last name is Bennett, which you Americans like to pronounce as Benet, which is very disconcerting. I've done shows all around. Like I've done shows all over the place, and every now and then I go to a new place in America, and they're like, and the next act is Jon Bennett, and I'm like, fuck off, please, fuck off. Like, does everyone know who Jon Bennett Ramsey is? That has been my entire fucking life. When I was 14, my girlfriend laminated a picture of Jon Bennett Ramsey and gave it to me for Valentine's Day. That's what my life has been as Jon Bennett, which you guys call Jon Bennett, and even then, like even now, people will come up to me like Jon Bennett, like Jon Bennett. You like Jon Bennett, and I'll be like, yep, and they'll be like, do you know who did it? No. Just because my name is similar, does everyone know I'm talking about a small murdered child? Does everyone know who Jon Bennett Ramsey is? Yeah. So people are like, do you know who did it? And I'm like, no. Just because my name is similar doesn't make me some crack detective that's going to solve the murder of this small child who's been unsolved for years. But yes, just because my name is similar, I know who did it. But it was definitely the brother, let's be honest. But, Dennis, are you actually Dennis's son? Because I thought that was true. Do I need to use the mic? Is that a thing? Because I thought you were definitely Dennis's son, and I was like, oh, wow, he's really, nepotism is real. But even in just like a tiny little fucking place with a lot of guitars on the roof. But I travel around the world doing festivals and performing. I've been doing comedy for 24 years now. And nah, fuck it. I don't need Americans. No, Australians don't do that. I can say I cured cancers cancer, and Australians will just be like, yeah, what else? You know? But Americans, you clap for everything. You know, I've been sober for a day, and you'll be like, oh wow, what an awesome person. Nah, fuck it. You need to learn stuff. But I travel around the world doing festivals and performing, and a few years ago, I was doing the Edinburgh Festival. Now, does everyone know the Edinburgh Festival? It's the biggest festival there is in the world. You do shows for an entire month, and you do a show every day for an entire month. And the way I describe Edinburgh to people is the last time I did Edinburgh, the show after mine was by a little-known comedian called David fucking Hasselhoff. That's who was on after me in Edinburgh. Like, I couldn't make that up, right? That is who was on after me. And I saw fucking Hasselhoff every single day. Every single day I saw Hasselhoff like selling out, and I'm like doing my show to about this amount of people. But I see Hasselhoff every day, and I'm not going to ruin his show, but let's just say in his 180-minute show, there is a point in the show where he kicks down a styrofoam Berlin Wall. That's what happens in his fucking show. Which I'm just watching it just pack out to people, like sold out every single show while he kicks down a styrofoam Berlin Wall, just being like, I did that. So, but I did Edinburgh, and like it's been 24 years, and I did 3 shows a day for 30 days in Edinburgh. I did my show that you guys came to. It's called Pretending Things Are a Cock. That is a show about me traveling around the world, making everything my cock. That's a show and a book and a calendar. And then I did another show. It was called Fire in the Meth Lab. That is a show. That's a show about my brother becoming a meth head and going to jail. It's pretty light-hearted tale, that one, and quite popular in Portland. And they did a third show every day of Edinburgh. I did a third show. They asked me to do a third show every single day for 30 days. And guess what the third show they asked me to do was? Kids show. A kids show. They thought the meth guy and the cock guy should do a kids show. And I thought, yeah, no, that's fine. I can do a kids show. It's fine. It's easy. Kids, they're just like drunk adults. You've performed to drunk adults that just don't swear. Just don't swear. They're just like doing fucking cruise ships, which are the worst gigs in the world, by the way. But just don't swear. Just don't swear. So I had to do 30 days of a kids show in Edinburgh. And my first show, I walked out onto the stage, and it was an audience of about 200 kids. Not bragging, just 200 kids were there. It's just a little bit different to Portland on a Saturday night. But there's about 200 kids there, and I start to just do my show. Just don't swear, just do your stuff. And I start to talk. And as soon as I start doing my show, this little kid just stands up in the middle of the audience, walks through the audience, climbs up. The stage is quite high. Climbs up onto the stage with me, and just stands here in front of me, just eating a bag of chips. Just went, yep, that's right, my chips on stage with you in the show. This is the first 5 minutes of my first fucking show. So this kid's just eating his chips, standing on stage with me, and I'm like, okay, I wasn't expecting that. That's never happened with a drunk audience before. Okay, this kid's just gonna eat his chips in front of you. So he's just doing that. And so I continue on with the show with this kid doing that, and then I see another kid walk around the side of the audience. He also climbs up onto the stage, just walks across the stage, and he just starts pushing his back against mine like that. This kid's eating his chips. This kid's pushing his back against mine, and I say, what are you doing? And he turns to the audience of 199 kids and just says, I'm only 7 and I'm as tall as you. Biggest laugh I got in 30 shows was that kid saying that to the audience. And there's nothing worse than bringing back childhood bullying than a bunch of under 10-year-olds just going, look at the small adult. So this kid's eating his chips, this kid's pushing his back against mine, and he's just playing it out. He's just like a typical comedian, you know, just playing it out for the entire show, just pushing back against mine, looking at the kid, just going, look at this guy. This kid's still eating his chips, and I get about halfway through this hour-long fucking show. And I get about halfway through, and by this time I've lost all interest. I'm just like, well, okay, these kids, they're the worst drunk adults. They just wanted to be about them. I just say, who's got a joke for me? Who's got a joke for me? And this little ginger kid in the middle of the audience, he just raises his hand like this, quite gingerly, and I say yes, and he says, knock knock. Europe. Then he just smiles and sits down like a fucking psychopath after I've just called it a poo. There's no ending to that. It's not your usual knock knock joke. I've just called him a poo, and he's just gone and sat down like that. Tell you what, second biggest laugh in 30 days was me calling that kid a poo. This is my first fucking show. So I do this kid's still in his chips, this kid's still pushing his back against mine, and then I get about 30 minutes through this show. And I'm just talking, I'm just doing jokes to this kid, and then I see a fucking toddler this time, a toddler. And I don't know if you've ever been to a kid's show, if you've got kids that you've taken to a kid's show, but the fucking toddlers, this whole time you're just like, where the fuck are these kids' parents? Where are the parents for this? This toddler just stands up, he just stumbles through the audience. I'm like, where the fuck are these kids' parents? But I've worked out what parents do when they take their kids to kids' show. They're just like, they're yours now. So this kid's still eating his chips. This kid's still pushing his back against me. This kid's still fucking smug as fuck, just going, a poo, like that. And then this toddler just stands up, stumbles around the side of the audience, and there's a big speaker stack where my voice is coming out of. This big speaker stack. And this kid just climbs the speaker stack, just scales the speaker stack. And I'm like, what if he falls off? Where the fuck are his parents? What is going on? But he finds the one speaker where my voice is coming out of. And he just grabs the speaker from each side and just screams into the speaker that my voice is coming out of. Just goes, no! Just screams no into the speaker that my voice is coming out of. This is my first fucking show. I have to do 29 more of these fucking shows with these psychopaths, and this is what happens. And the only reason you do the Edinburgh Festival is you might get selected to tour. You might get to tour around the UK. That's why you do Edinburgh. And that year, my show was selected. Fire in the Meth Lab. This guy, he came up after the show, and he said, we would like to tour this show. And I couldn't believe it. I was so chuffed. Not Hasselhoff, me. I was selected. And this guy, he came out and he gave me a train ticket, and he gave me the address up to the venue that I was to be performing in, to where I was to tour to. And then after Edinburgh, I got the train to this place called Easingwold. Now, does anyone know where Easingwold is? The population... Do you, actually?
Yeah.
Who would?
I lived in London, England, for about a year.
Yeah. Where's Easingwold, Dennis?
What's that?
Where's Easingwold?
Isn't it up north?
Yeah, it's outside of Yorkshire, and the population of Easingwold is smaller than the population in this room right now. It is a tiny little town outside of Yorkshire, and I show up to this town, and I think I'm going to be doing a show in a comedy club or something like that. I show up to my venue, the address that I've been given. Guess what my venue is? Nursing home. A nursing home. And I think, is that a cool name for a comedy club? No, it's a nursing home. And I have to do my show Fire in the Meth Lab to a bunch of elderly people in a nursing home. And I think, no, this can't be real. This can't be real. I show up to the address, and there's a nurse out the front, and I say, am I performing here? Is there a comedy club nearby here? And she says, no, we've been expecting you. So I have to do my show Fire in the Meth Lab to a bunch of elderly people in a nursing home. Now, I need to stipulate now, this is a nursing home, not an old folks' home, not a retirement village, no sexy old ladies like Golden Girls, none of that. This is a nursing home where the audience are wheeled out in front of me, and most of them just sit in their chair like this. And I think, no, John, you've been selected to tour, you've been chosen to tour, you're a professional, just do your job. So I do my show to about 20 elderly people. Not bragging, just 20 elderly people there. It's just a bit different to Portland on a Saturday night. And they're all wheeled out in front of me, and I start to do my show. And as soon as I start talking, there's an old lady in the very front row. She just thinks I'm a visiting relative. So she just starts talking to me throughout the entire show. She's like, how are you going? I'm like, I'm fine. She's like, you've gotten bigger, which is untrue. I've been the same size as I was 7. Just talking to her throughout the entire show. And this woman is just talking to me, and then she turns to this woman next to her, hasn't even looked in my direction, just sitting in a chair like this, and she just says, he's handsome, isn't he? And this woman who hasn't even looked at me just goes, and then just mumbles, too short. Too short. Too short. She didn't even know where I am. She didn't even look at me. She didn't even know where I am. I could be in the fucking distance for a shit. She know how tall I am. But this woman thinks I'm a visiting relative. This woman thinks I'm too short. And then there's an old man up the back who's just decided to tut and say no after everything I'm saying. So I continue on with my hour-long show, and this old man up the back corner, he's just like, no, 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 don't like this, no, no, don't like this, no, no. And I finished the show, because I'm a fucking professional, ready to cry. And at the end of the show, I just say, thank you very much. And the woman who thinks I'm a visiting relative, standing ovation from her, standing ovation, which is amazing because in a wheelchair. And as they're wheeling away the woman who thinks I'm too short, the nurse just says, did you enjoy that, love? And the old woman finally turns her head and just says, it was better than sitting in my room alone. That was my tour after. It's good to be here, is what I'm saying. Performing to the 8 of you here is what I'm saying. But I'm new to Portland. I've been here for about 2 years, but I tour a lot, and whenever I get an Uber somewhere, everyone's like, oh wow, like Australia like, it's very dangerous over there. Is anyone else scared? Anyone been to Australia? Yeah. Were you scared? Were you like, oh, there's spiders, there's snakes, there's all of these things that are gonna get you. You're all scared of these fucking animals that are gonna get you. You're all drop bears. You're all scared of all of the things. And I had an Uber driver who's like, I would never go there. I'd never go to Australia. Never go there. Too many animals that will kill you. Too many. It's too dangerous. Too dangerous. You guys have fucking guns and cops at the same time. That kind of evens out in some way that you guys have these things. Like if I see a cop, I don't know what the fuck to do in this town. I don't know what to do. I'm new to America. All I've seen is stuff on TV. I've seen riots. I've seen someone just walk up to a guy and just pepper spray them right in the face. I've seen a cop do that, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? I am terrified here. At least I know what a spider or a snake is going to do. I see a snake, and I'm just like, oh, there it is. That's it. That's it. That's it. When I see a cop, I'm like, ah, fuck, what's gonna happen? I don't know what he's gonna do. Is he gonna shoot me? Is he gonna arrest me? Is he gonna play basketball with me? Is he just gonna stand around for 77 minutes? I don't know what these cops are gonna fucking do. But that's what my life is like now because I fucking live here now. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. I'm gonna go back to
Oh, let's keep it going for Jon Bennett, everybody. Oh.